Hey guys, this is a video about my gun collection. I made one many months ago for my revolvers, but I have amassed quite a collection now. And I've made videos about my other guns, and so I'm gonna make this one with everything in the video that I own. So I'm not really into modern stuff, to be honest. The only thing modern that I have would be a 1911, I guess. That's not really modern, and a Mossberg 590, and that's it. So I don't have like ARs or anything. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. So and as far as self-protection goes, my shotgun, my lever action, and my 1911, and even the revolvers and stuff, they're more than enough for me. So so we'll start over here. And this is my collection of 1858 Remingtons. Let me turn on the light here. So these are obviously brass. I do prefer the brass over steel, just being plain honest. The steel is okay, but I don't really like the steel Remingtons that much because the entire thing is all blued. It's just all blue. There's no case hardening or no... I don't know how you put it, no distinction to the gun itself, in my opinion. So I like brass. That's just me. So down here I got a 5.5 inch Sheriff, 44 caliber, 8 inch regular Remington. This is the one that I got during the pandemic that has a polished steel or stainless, I'm not sure, Reming lever. It's an oddball. They actually had two in there. I should have gotten both because they were probably a pair as far as serial numbers go. But this one I just got in the mail today. I've always wanted a Bison 12-inch barrel. I have not shot that one yet. This one came from Traditions, like my other video with my Traditions Deluxe engraved 1851. Thankfully, the barrel on this one is in perfect condition. Dirty, you know. Pietta doesn't clean their guns after they proof test them, but yeah. So that's my Remingtons. Moving on to the Colts. This is and these are all Piettas, by the way. I don't have any Ubertes or anything like that. So this is a 36 caliber 1851 polished steel, so it's not stainless or nickel plated. And I noticed the nickel plated ones online. From what I read, they're brass framed and nickel plated. I don't think they're steel framed, so unless they're the ones with the conversion cylinders, those are probably steel framed. But yeah, this is the polished steel. And to be honest, in my prior videos I mentioned the polished steel. Let me wipe that dirt off there. The polished steel, it does get these little black marks from when you shoot the gun, but you have to polish it off pretty well. So I use a Dremel and a little polishing wheel and Mother's Mag aluminum polish, and that works great. So you can see how shiny this is. It got all those little black marks on there that when you shoot the gun, it's really hard to get off on polished steel, but the Dremel works great. This is a 1860 Armory, 44 caliber. You can see those are the black marks I'm talking about. It looks like rust, but it's just like powder that gets on the black or on the polished steel. And because there's a little bit of rust up there, but the polished steel, it doesn't protect the gun as well as something that's blued or whatever. So you got to use again, a Dremel and aluminum polish to get that off. So I have not polished this one yet. So this is my original one. It's a 1851 Navy 44 caliber I got from Cabela's. It too is a Pietta, if this stupid phone will ever focus. And you can see the damage that I accidentally did to it when I was trying to get the stupid wedge out. So I used punches, like everybody said, punch and a hammer, and of course the punch slips and then it nicks the barrel. And you know, I wish Pietta would stop wedging these things in there with a sledgehammer. So a lot of my guns have damage like this. Not as bad because this was me being an idiot, so I don't really care. I shoot this one all the time, so nothing fancy. The bluing looks like it's even wearing off up here, so I guess that's oil. But anyway, so moving on, this is the other new one that I just got. This is my 1851 44 caliber. I don't really like anything 36, so I do have one 36, like I said, the polished steel on the bottom, but everything is 44 for me. 51 navies are my favorite. So this one is a Traditions Pietta. In my prior video, I mentioned that that one, you see the hole right there. My other one had the same thing, but it had like 5 or 6 of them right there. This one only has one, and it has a few over here. So I don't know what it is with these deluxe models, but there's some defects in these. And unfortunately, the barrel in this one, it's not pitted like the other one was, but it has a deep cut on the rifling, and it just goes straight down, so it goes through all of the rifling. I don't know how that happened, and I don't know if that's going to affect accuracy or not, but this was my other original that I got with the steel over here. This one I just finished polishing with my Dremel. Again, I love brass, so I don't really like the antique finish, so I'm going to be polishing all of these things. Some people like antique finish. I like this because I actually do wear them, carry them with me in public sometimes, so I like them to be shiny. So again, me being dumb, damaging the gun when I try to get the wedge off in the beginning. So this is my 1847 Walker, and yes, I know the wedge is damaged on that, but that's not for me. I actually put the wedge on the opposite side of this gun, and the reason why is because when I got this one in my prior video, I mentioned that the barrel to cone, or sorry, the cone to cylinder gap was insanely large on this. This one was built by ASM. You can actually see their stamping right there. ASM. This one was built by ASM in like 90. Not sure what year it was. If you want to look it up, there's the day code AD, so that's like 92 or something like that. ABCD, maybe 94, I'm not exactly sure. So I had to pull the barrel closer, and I actually had to weld inside of the where the arbor is, because once I pulled the barrel closer, the wedge is pushed all the way through. So I had to put some more metal inside of there, and I put the wedge in the opposite way. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm going to be fixing this wedge or ordering a new one, because it's just whoever messed that one up is kind of ugly. So, but anyway, moving on. This is my Kentucky Flintlock, 45 caliber. It's a Pedersoli. I don't know why my phone will not focus. It's a Pedersoli. I actually had to drive up to Pennsylvania to get this one. For some reason, the Cabela's and the Bass Pros here in Virginia do not sell anything other than the revolvers. I have no idea why. They're just pretty crappy up here in Maryland and Virginia. So the interesting thing is they sell the revolvers, but they don't even put them on the display cases. They're in the back. So the only way you know that they have them is if you check online. And the employee said that they have like a rule now where they're not supposed to put them in the displays. I have no idea why, and I don't believe that, because the Pennsylvania one had them in their actual own displays. Moving on, this is my Pedersoli Howda. Made another video about that earlier, so if you want to check that one out, check it out. I don't shoot this one too often, and one thing that sucks about this is you can see it right here. I don't know how that rust started, but it's been in a bag in my room, and it was not scratched here, I don't think, but it's got some pretty bad pitting right here. It's not deep, it's surface, and I did clean it at one point. I did re-blue it, but it looks like it came back, so I'm going to have to sand this really good, I guess, because it looks like the bluing trapped the rust underneath it, and it just started rusting again. So I'm not happy about that, because this is a brand new gun that I got about a year ago, and it shouldn't be rusting like that. So, and moving on, I have a Mossberg 590. I got this one in Cabela's as well. I think I paid like $500 for it or something like that. This is not the 590A1, the military one. This is the regular 590. So I love this shotgun. So it's amazing, and it's really light, well balanced, fires great. Next gun would be my 54 caliber Hawkins rifle. I have not made a video about this gun. So this is my favorite rifle to shoot. I love the Hawkins. Not much to say here. They're pretty common. What sucks is when I was at the shooting range has like asphalt, and it was wet one day, and when I was loading this thing, the gun slipped and it fell and it damaged the stock right here. And I don't know what Pedersoli does with their wood stocks, but instead of just staining them with linseed oil or some kind of stain, they put some kind of like wax coating over it. I guess it's to protect it from oil. So, but it looks really ugly when they get dented. I'd rather just have dented wood than have this like wax coating that falls off. So, moving on to my next gun. Here's another view of the Hawkins rifle. Like I said, I absolutely love this rifle. Next gun would be my lever action. Getting to the edge of the table, so I'm not going to pick them all up. But that's my Henry 44 lever action. And then, of course, I made a video about this one. This is my side-by-side built in Germany during World War II. This one, I made a video about me repairing it. I wish I got a little more in-depth in it, but basically, it had a crack in the stock right here. As you can see, it's still cracked, but it's all glued and fixed now. And it went all the way through the gun, and the safety didn't work. Safety works now. Everything works on the gun, and it's shootable. So as you can see, I have a video with like 70,000 views of me not holding the gun properly and it blowing out of my hand because I fired both triggers. I never did make a follow-up video of me putting the walnut plugs in here, but you can see, okay, it's World War II, and yeah, I drilled into it, blah, 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 whatever, but I'm not a gunsmith, and I didn't have thousands of dollars to repair this gun, so I put dowels in it myself, because it was split. Like I said, you can see the crack split all the way up the stock. It was really bad. I could stick my finger in it, so I drilled into it, put wooden dowels in there, got some walnut stock plugs, and I kind of shaped them as best as I could, and use some linseed oil and try to make it match a little bit. So it's not going to be perfect and whatever, but the gun shoots now, and that's the main thing. So there's the engraving in it. This gun is heavily engraved. So this one is from Guslav Work, Waffenwerk, Suhl, city of Suhl, Germany. Still makes side-by-sides. So yeah, 16 gauge. And then my prized gun, which I'm kind of bummed out that I just recently found. I'll show you in a second why I'm bummed out about this one, because I just pulled it out of the bag and I don't know how this happened. But anyway, this is my 1874 Sharps. It's a I can't remember who built it. Let me see if I can find it on here. It's a Cimarron. But they didn't build it. God, who built the gun? I can't remember. But it's an Italian gun sold by Cimarron in like 2007. And the 1874 Sharps that I have is the Down Under version. So it's the Quigley Down Under. A lot of people on the previous videos that I made of this gun, well, it doesn't have a veneer sight, so it's not a Down Under gun. It's not made by... what is that American company that made the originals? It's not made by them, so it's not a Quigley gun. Well, I'm sorry to burst your balls, guys, but it is. The Quigley Down Under gun had the silver tip right here, had the 34-inch barrel, which this one has, and it also had the patch box for the black powder right here, and it actually says Down Under on it. So this is the version for this company. So this may not be the American-made one, but I don't really care. So I have one and you don't, so you can kiss my ass. So, and in my previous videos, I did have a scope that was on it that came with the gun. I took the scope off because I'm not good with scopes. I didn't know how to adjust it. So I still have it, and yeah, I don't shoot this gun that often because 4570 is pretty expensive. And that's another thing. The Quigley Down Under gun was like 45 110 or 45 120 or something like that. I mean, you're not going to find that ammo anywhere. And if you do, it's going to be hellish in price. So the reason why this is 4570 is because it's more practical to shoot. So anyway, the problem that I had with this gun, and the reason why I'm bummed out, is I took it out of its bag, and I don't know how the hell this happened, but why is there surface rust on it? Do you see that? It's not bad. I'm going to have to polish it off with like a some kind of Mr. Clean polishing pad or something. I don't know how I'm going to get that off, and I have to re-oil this. I'm going to oil it pretty good. But how did that surface rust get on that? Do you see that right there? Maybe one of you guys, come on, focus. What is up with my camera? You see that surface rust right here? How did that happen? It's been in a bag. It's been in my closet. Maybe it's because I have a couple fish tanks in my room and the room is a little moist. I'm not sure. Maybe I have to put these guns in another room. But the same thing happened to right there on the Howda pistol. So my other guns are fine. But again, I shoot all these all the time and I re-oil them all the time. So maybe it's because that gun is not shot often. And I have no idea. But that's a $2,000 rifle up there. And I'm not happy with that surface rust on there. So that's not cool. So if anybody can explain to me why that would happen in the bag, in the closet, I'd appreciate that. So I'm going to go to the thrift store, and I'm going to be looking at some furniture that they have, because sometimes these thrift stores sell gun racks and stuff, and maybe I just need to oil it better and just put it in an actual gun rack and get it out of the bags. But anyway, that's my collection. Oh, one more gun. This is my 1911, and this one is made by Rock Island. It's a 1911 A1. This one I carry with me every day. This is a really nice gun. I absolutely love it. And if you're wondering what ammo I'm using for right now, I'm using Centerfire hollow points. So that's what I use for my self-defense ammo. I've never heard of Centerfire before until I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and looked at a lot of videos, and man, these hollow points are nasty. So check it out, Centerfire ammunition. And when I watch the gel test of these things like they shatter and explode into like 3 or 4 or 5 different chunks, and the last chunk stays like a ball and it just keeps going. So that's amazing ammunition. So I definitely am using that for self-defense ammo. So that's my all my guns right there. Hope you guys liked the video. Sorry it's long, but I just didn't want to go, I have this one, this one, this one, this one. I wanted to talk a little bit about them. If you have any questions, let me know. Definitely not done here. Probably the next guns that I want to get is, it probably will be an AR. I want an MP4 or MNP 15. I'm thinking about getting an AR simply because of the bullshit laws that the government is trying to do with the taxes and stuff like that on the assault rifles. So like I said, I normally don't care about AR rifles, and even if I had one, I probably would never use it. So just have it to have. But the next gun that I actually really want is a Flintlock rifle, like a Brown Bess or one of those other 34 40-inch barreled guns. I don't really want a 50 caliber though. I think 50 caliber seems pretty small for a gun like that. So I want the original like 69 caliber or something. So, or at least 54 caliber like my Hawken, because I don't want a million types of ammunition, because I already got 590 round balls. I already got 375, 457, 440, etc. So I have a lot of different types of calibers. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, again, let me know. And maybe I'll make a video of me shooting the bison here soon. So and I also have to test my deluxe right here to see if that scratch that's on the rifling is going to affect accuracy or not, because originally I carry this one in public, because this one is the best working one that I have, and it's also my favorite as far as the brass goes, and I wanted to swap it with this one, so as far as carrying it goes. But yeah, again, please let me know why the blued barrel on that Sharps rifle has pitting on it, surface rust. How did that happen in the bag? I mean, I shot it a couple weeks ago. I shot it, put it back in the bag, but I don't know how that happened. So, thanks very much. Have a good day.